In fact, it is very difficult. It is easy to love people that love you, isn't it? Right away, you know they must have excellent judgment. But you don't really get credit from the Lord, I don't believe, for loving people that love you unless you can love people that don't even like you. Then you'll be like your Father in heaven, or that much like Him anyway, who lets His rain fall on the just and on the unjust. Yes, you must love them. That means you have to be awfully good to love people that don't love you. How do you suppose you could get that good? That you could love people whether they love you or whether they don't? I wondered about that for a long time. I wondered about that before I ever heard of the Mormons, as a matter of fact. I was talking with my aunt one time about this particular thing. Why does God love us? If you knew you like you do, and you know God knows you just that well, why on earth would He love you? We always talk about getting what we deserve. It's the last thing in the world we really want, isn't it? I don't want what I deserve. I'd like to have something a little better than that, please. Yeah. But He does love us. Why do you suppose God loves you? Maybe if we could find out, we'd know how to love others. A lot of reasons why God could love us, I guess. We are His children, and generally speaking, you love what's yours, don't you? That's awfully selfish, don't you think? I don't think God loves us because we're His children, though we are. I think He'd love us if we belonged to someone else. Don't you? Sure, He'd love us anyway. Maybe He loves us because we're good. Well, you sure hope not, don't you? That's the last thing in the world we want, right? No, He doesn't love us because we're good, though I'm sure He's more pleased with us when we are good. I believe that because I find I'm more pleased with my own children when they keep my commandments. And if they don't keep my commandments, they could get spanked. It's happened before. It could happen again. And if you don't keep the Lord's commandments, I promise you, you'll get spanked. He whom the Lord loveth, He chasteneth, and scourgeth every son and daughter. That's a collective term too. Yeah. No, He doesn't love us when we're good, but we're delighted to find out. Maybe He loves us because of our potential. It's easy to love people that have a lot of potential, isn't it? We all have heroes. I find I really love Abe Lincoln. I love the prophet Joseph Smith. The girls love Donny Osmond. Is it because of his potential, you think? Well, it is easy to love people, a lot of potential. But if the Lord loved us because of our potential, and boy, do we have potential, we can become as He is, and that is horrendous potential, isn't it? But some seem to have more than others. That means He'd love you more than He loves me. And He says He doesn't. They're all alike unto Him. It's never ceased to amaze me that He can love Baptists and Methodists and Catholics as much as He loves Latter-day Saints, and I'm sure He does. We baptized 70,000 Catholics last year. The Lord must love them, I suppose. Sure. He doesn't love us because of our potential. He doesn't love us because we're good. He doesn't love us because we're His. Well, why on earth does He? My good aunt told me, she said, Junior? I didn't have a name till I was 20 years old. I was Junior. Junior, she said, God doesn't love us because we're good. He loves us because He is good. And I knew that was true. When you hear the truth, you recognize it, don't you? Yes, He's all good, and so He loves us. He don't almost have to be all good to love us, wouldn't He? How do you get that way? How can you get so good that you can love people whether they deserve it or whether they don't? I found the answer in the Book of Mormon. It's in Mosiah, chapter 2, verse 4, where King Benjamin was talking to his people, and he said that he taught them to keep the commandments of God. that they might rejoice and be filled with love toward God and all men. If you keep the commandments, they're calculated to make you so good you can love people whether they deserve it or whether they don't.